Welcome to another episode of the Daily Fix. I am Advocate Tulo Hoyane, your usual host. Today, I would like to focus on the MK Party. The MK Party has finally come out of the woods, so to speak, and we now know who's behind the MK Party. Not surprisingly, Jacob Zuma has emerged as the president of the party and is deputized by none other than Dr. John Hlophe. Dr. John Hlophe is the impeached Judge President of the Western Cape, but that is a story for another day. Now, let us look at this recent press conference and what it was all about. One of the things I took away from that press conference is that the MK party is hell bent or very determined to ensure that they fight what they call white minority rule in South Africa. I don't know what they are talking about. Frankly speaking, it sounded very nonsensical for me, for anybody 30 years after the end of apartheid to be talking about fighting white minority rule. Where in South Africa today do you find white minority rule? Please show me. I am not aware of any area of our life where white people still dominate us like they used to under apartheid. So frankly speaking, I think to talk about white minority rule is, to put it mildly, nonsensical. Another thing which I took away from that press conference is that the MK party will not be holding any elective conferences. In other words, Zuma as the president will simply handpick who he chooses and throw him all over the place wherever he wants to deploy them, and that will be it. That was a shocking development for me because democracy does not work like that. Going forward, I wonder how this is going to be operationalized within the MK party. It was also very apparent that the MK party is also insisting that the last election was rigged. Like Donald Trump in the United States, the party still insists that the May election was rigged. But up to now, they have failed to come up with any tangible evidence to show us how that election was possibly rigged. You know, that they had a case and they withdrew it and so on and so forth. So that's another shocking development which, came out of that press conference, that they're going to pursue an objective that clearly they cannot achieve. I mean, they have up to now failed dismally to come up with any evidence that the election was rigged. Now, let us go back to the issue of the elective conferences. How on earth is the MK party going to operate without elective conferences? Because it is out of elective conferences that, the people get to have an opportunity to choose who their leaders are going to be. Now, it seems that within the MK party, Zuma will simply call the shots. He will simply handpick people and deploy them wherever he so wishes. Take, for instance, for Shivambu. Shivambu, you will recall, has just left the EFF and he was handpicked because there was no election about it. Shivambu was just handpicked to be the national organizer of the party. I mean, this kind of modus operandi is a very disturbing one. You know, the world is moving in another direction, and the MK party seems to be, going in another direction because without, democratic elections in a political party, I mean, how are the structures going to function optimally and to ensure that the party grows and so on? As it is, the MK party is really a KZN party. Other than the KwaZulu Natal, perhaps it has got some significant, support in Mpumalanga. But throughout the country, you talk about the MK party, people will always point at KZN. It simply does not exist anywhere else other than in KZN. So these are some of the very disturbing things which came out of that press conference. We'll be focusing on the MK party very closely and see where it goes from here. But before I round up today's issues, please click on that subscribe button and subscribe.